Hey, it's Chris again. This is part 11 of our 12-part series looking at what makes up the School of Worship in Perth. This time we're talking about worship and evangelism. This is a week of teaching where we pull apart the relationship between worship and evangelism. Now, when you worship God out on the street, something special happens. It's actually quite different than when you just sing on the street or you perform on the street. There is a spiritual component that's quite different. When we worship, when we praise, God's presence shows up. And it has a way on the streets of drawing out hungry people. You know, when a child is lost, and if they see their father, they're going to come running. And very often, when we lift up the Father out on the streets, lost people come running. I have many, many stories of being out in the streets of different nations where all we've done is actually just worshipped, but it's led into salvation. And during this week, we learn about how to take advantage of those times out on the street when people have questions or they wonder what's going on. How do you share your faith effectively? Worship is a fuel for evangelism. We see God's heart and we want to do something about His passion for lost people. When we take the presence of God on the street, people that don't normally come into churches or don't normally experience the presence of God have a chance and an ability to experience God's presence. And oftentimes the results are astounding. It's a great week at the school. Thanks, and join me for the last and final installment next week. Thanks.